Today is Monday the 9th of November, and last weekend, or 2 days ago, was Breeders' Cup. And as a trainer, I found it very interesting, and I thought it was a wonderful day. And of course, I'm dreaming that I'll have a horse there someday. But I have a few observations. Who ran fabulously, if you noticed, fussed with her mouth all the time and had her tongue flapping in and out, and she fussed with her bit the whole time. And I could see some trainers saying, oh, we got to close that up, we got to stop her from fussing. But perhaps that's her way of coping with stress. And in spite of stomping her foot and doing what she did, she ran fabulously.
No kidding.
Horses have stage fright just like we do, our performance fear, and that's why sometimes you see them fighting before they go into the gates. It's not that they don't want to run, it's just that awful moment of fright before they perform. And obviously Zenyatta handles stress by flopping her mouth around and stomping with her foot. But they know her, and they allowed her to do that, and they respected that. They didn't just tie up her tongue and choke her down. So that's something to remember, that as long as you can live with what the horse is doing and they run well, don't try to control too much. Speaking of control, of course, Mr. Stack has been somewhat of a problem with control, and he always throws his head out and is really hard-headed. And another thing I was reminded of when I watched the races was that certain horses had shadow rolls, and the shadow roll can bring a horse's head down. So we put a shadow roll on Stack this morning just to see how he would handle it. It may help him a little. Now here's the shadow roll. It's just a piece of sheepskin or something fluffy that is on the noseband. What do you think?
Never had more control of him out here ever.
You feel like he's holding his head differently?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's much more in control, much easier to gallop. He's so much better.
Just from a shadow roll?
Yes.
That's really wild. Well, good. Is he sweating?
Behind his ears I see some, and he feels clammy on the skin.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool, so I'm not worried. But that'd be remarkable if this shadow roll will help him.
Oh.
And we'll see how it does with Spitfire also.
Yes.
Excellent. How many times did you go around?
Four strong. It was 4 good times.
Good, good. Maybe you'll reverse one?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Then I'll tell you what, that hurricane is coming any time. You may hear a lot of wind here. And it's not the best day to gallop a horse. And Eric, though, is already on Spitfire. The wind has picked up. He's got the shadow roll and the blinkers. And I have to say, he's doing really great with him, because this is a day that any horse, not even a bad boy like Spitfire, could act up. There's just so much going on. And he's doing very well. And you notice his head, Spitfire likes to carry his head up. And we're not fighting with that, we just want him to be able to be controllable. These idiosyncrasies, like how they want to carry their head when they run, I think that's a part of them. Maybe that's where he can breathe the easiest. So if they're obeying and they're guidable and handable, I'll give them their head. Eric, I have to say it had to be pretty hard to ride today with everything going on.
Yes.
What'd you think of the equipment you have on?
I think it helped. It definitely helped, because he didn't have any choice. He had to listen to what I said, because there was nothing else he could do. He couldn't see where he was going, so he couldn't see around him. He wasn't looking.
Well, that's what I want you to put on him when you ride him now. And there were many, many distractions today with the wind and the clanking on the roof over there. And I'll tell you, I'm proud of you. I think you did a good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And he likes to carry his head up, and that's just fine.
That's it.
As long as you can control him,
Right.
maybe that's how he breathes his best.
Yes.
And that nose sticking out there will make him maybe win by a nose.
That's right.
You can never tell.